Hey y'all, how's it going? Been a little while. Thought I would get back on here, kind of give y'all update, kind of show maybe what I was meaning in previous videos about how I'm doing it, what I'm doing besides just living in a car, and what maybe a little more detail than some of these other guys or these other channels talk about when they say, well, you spend less than what you earn and pay out debt. And what does that mean exactly? So that's kind of what I'm doing here, and maybe we can both learn a little bit together. Obviously, like, spending less is real general, and of course, but that means to me, and as I've learned, is that you kind of have a plan. First off, before you can get a plan, kind of you figure out where you're spending your money, and so that's exactly what I did. I went into my bank account. I had wrote down, like, just in line, just about in exact order, what my bank statement said, and literally just wrote it all out, like you can see right here. So in the linear fashion too, you just write it down, whatever it is, whatever it says, just mark it down and make sure you know what you spent, like what you spent it on, not just a number, so you can figure out what your own spending habits are. And so from there, then you can divide it out by category. And as you see, a lot of it eating out, like at restaurants or drive-through, anything that doesn't come from the grocery store. And then of course, this is car repair. I even put down that I gave my son some money. I even made a category that said van life improvements. So that was, one of them was tools. I spent like $13 at Lowe's on the wood that you see behind me to make curtains to where I could freaking sleep at night. AutoZone, because I had to get another car charger for in here because I have two vehicles. The other one I kept forgetting to move it over. That was like $6. Some things sometimes it's worth, $5 or whatever it is you're gonna spend. So anyway, when you break it out like this, then you can see, okay, well, I spent $41 eating out. 48 actually, I'm sorry, I forgot something there. The car repairs this time, out of that check, that's been like a check ago, so that was $125 because they had to bleed brakes because I couldn't do that part. $16 in Uber just to go get it. Documented everything. So and I even wrote down a separate category for the day I spent with my daughter, because with my kids, and I'm going to spend a little money with them. We're parents, that's what we do for your kids. So some of that I get, and so that really, to me, helped me to know like where it was all going. Unfortunately, that time, a lot of it just was spent on the stupid car repair. I mean, that's just a fact of life whenever you drive a big old piece of junk. So that's where it's going, or how it's going right now. Just what I wanted to put in the most part in this video. But besides all that, so that's the kind of the how as of right now, and I'll keep you updated on it. Is that work? Maybe I kind of screwed that up, but to me, the idea is that the biggest idea come from that. Like, try to only buy groceries, or try to only eat from the grocery store. You're living in your car, that makes it even harder. I eat a lot of SpaghettiOs and stuff like that out of a can. I don't know, I gotta do what you gotta do. And then everything else, you just don't spend. Like, you want something. I want the goal more, and that's from what I've seen a lot of these financial people saying, and I'll kind of, to sum up a lot of different people, ultimately, if you concentrate on whatever your next goal is, whether it's to buy a new car, newer, I don't recommend new to anybody, but your next better vehicle, so saving up whatever it is, a 4,000 to 5,000 or something, if that's your goal, if you have that goal in your mind, then that's better. You'll have that, and that will be a better choice than that night out, that steak you're going to get, or the restaurant you're going to go to, or you'll want that goal more than what you want that thing at that time. And that's how to keep yourself on track. So that's, to me, that's kind of been more helpful to me. You have to want it, and you remember that goal whenever you go in anywhere. And besides that, there's also the reason, and I addressed, and I think I made a short about, a lot of people see that I'm living in a van, and they kind of miss the point. It's like, oh no, it's like the worst thing in the world. It's like, well, it's inconvenient. It is inconvenient, but it's not the worst thing in the world. But the point is that you've got to get over some initial hump. And you might be able to do it with roommates, or some other arrangement. You might be able to still make a relatively inexpensive. Maybe you're in a house and your mortgage payment really isn't that bad. Either way, but the point of the matter is, like, it's not that bad. It's that the point of the channel for everyone out there is that even with what I make, and it's not minimum wage, but it's not a whole lot better. Maybe double. But still, for the money I bring in, like I said, I average maybe 600 a week, a little over. It kind of fluctuates. Point being that I'm trying to show everybody that you can still be toward the bottom end of the income scale. It can still be done. Right now, my biggest sweat is just having my vehicle stay together. I can get to the next step, which is maybe $1,500, $2,000 in the bank, then I'll feel more comfortable fixing stuff. But I don't want to fix something now and it costs everything I have to fix it, and then something else breaks. So if I want to start fixing stuff when I still have a cushion in case something else breaks, in case I fix the wrong thing that wasn't about to break. So that's my strategy. I also, I know this won't be something that everyone can do, but it is an idea for somebody out there. I've remembered that I can go and donate plasma. I've donated twice, and when you first donate, you get $100 the first 2 donations, and so that helped me out quite a bit this week. From here on out, it'll only be like 115 a week or something for 2 donations, but it's going to be something until I get a second job. So as of right now, just kind of an update. This is what I'm doing. We'll see if it works. See if it won't. We'll see what we can learn. What you guys can learn, maybe at my expense. But as of right now, thank everybody for watching, and we'll see if anything ever comes of this. Appreciate y'all. I'll sign off for now. Thanks.